All right, this lesson, really short, is about feeling like a lack of motivation or feeling unmotivated or overwhelmed, burnt out. Look, a lot of times we think that's because we're doing too much, and that's partially true, but really, a lot of it has to do with we're doing too little of what makes us feel powerful, of what makes us come alive, right? And when you do that stuff, it's the kind of stuff that makes me able to work through the difficulties of life. It could be any number of things. On your paper, write down or in your journal, write down what is it that gets you hyped, motivated, like feeling good about yourself, feeling in a position of strength. Could it be music, exercise? Could be listening to inspirational videos, could be walking outside in nature. Sometimes it's doing the basics like making sure you're getting enough sleep, eating more fruits and vegetables, like drinking your water, exercising, stuff like that. That's what you got to focus on. So on in your journal, on your paper, write down stuff that really gets you feeling powerful. Like what do you go to that makes you feel good? And then do it in the morning. Schedule it in the morning and in the middle of the day. That's the first exercise. Another thing that makes me feel unmotivated is impatience. Impatient about things that I want to accomplish in my life, goals I want to achieve. So instead of being impatient, let's talk for a second about patience. Patience actually equals perseverance. And what is perseverance? It's the ability to keep doing something in spite of all the things that are going against you, all the difficulties in life, the obstacles, right? So patience is not simply waiting or sitting around waiting for stuff to happen. Patience is actually an action word. Let's look at this. I use this graphic a lot. So over on the right are definitely like our goals, dreams, things that we want to accomplish, right? The person on the bottom has been working for a long time and obviously very diligently. They've gotten so far. Think how often we turn around and stop doing stuff when we're so close. Think how many times we've like just stopped. And why do we do it a lot of times? Is because we get impatient. Things are not happening when we want them to or how we want them to. Think about some stuff and write it down. What have you stopped that maybe you stopped too early? And analyze why you did that. Maybe you were impatient. The person on the top is really practicing the diligence that's needed to get to your goals, right? And I can, I will, I must comes from Dr. Eric Thomas. And it's really a daily mantra that I use when I'm not feeling motivated because there are some times that you just need to do what you need to do, right? But let's break it down. To really like move through those days, because you're not always going to feel motivated. You're just not. So to move through those days where you're not feeling motivated, let's practice patience with ourselves. But that's not patience where I just like, don't do nothing, right? It's patience rooted in I'm making progress. And that needs perseverance, meaning I don't give up, right? And then that needs persistence, which is really just being consistent. It's daily, daily, daily actions, even small ones, which leads to me having to like recognize the small gains that I make every day as progress. Stop thinking everything's going to be like this big, giant accomplishment. It's not. It's daily things that add up. If I get 1% better at something every day for a year, it adds up. So at the end of the year, whatever it is that I'm getting good at, better at a little bit every day, I'm 37 times better than when I started. That's a lot. And that leads to power. So all these things together make me feel powerful. And when I feel powerful, I'm feeling motivated. This next exercise has to do with visualization. Let's do the negative just for a second. Think of some stuff that you've worried about in the past or maybe today. You've seen it like with your mind's eye. You can see whatever it is you're worrying about, you visualize it to the point where you really feel like it's actually happening and it's not. And most of the stuff we worry about does not actually happen. So this is proof of the power of our mind and our ability to visualize stuff. So why don't we flip it? Why don't we flip it to start visualizing things that we want to have happen? And then focus on that versus the worrying part. We have to catch our negativity. This is a lot that has to do with making me feel unmotivated because I'm spending a bunch of time on worrying or stuck on the past, like things that I messed up on, instead of learning from them and then visualizing, well, what do I want to accomplish today? What do I want to like get a little bit better at? And we have exercises for you to do on how to create mind movies. So at night before you go to sleep, you can visualize what you want to accomplish. All right. So that's start writing down some stuff that you do want to accomplish and ways that you can visualize that. Like see it in your eye while you write it down. That has already happened. Lastly, what really helps with motivation is I get out of my own problems, not to like minimize my problems, but a lot of times we stay focused on ourselves as opposed to like if you're willing to lift other people up, if you're willing to practice the gratitude and show appreciation to others, that like totally uplifts you and lifts other people up, and it like causes this really big momentum towards wanting to make my day better, and that's a motivator, right? So people that don't feel motivated, typically just really a quick summary, don't spend time lifting others up. People that don't feel motivated stay stuck visualizing things that they don't want to happen and things that happened in the past that they dwell on, right? So those are things that lead me to not feel motivated. The other thing is I get impatient and I want things to happen right away. That makes me feel not motivated, like it's never going to happen. Oh my God. So we have to do the opposite, like what this whole lesson is about. Patience, perseverance, right? Being consistent, lifting other people up, visualizing what I want to have happen, and putting that into a daily practice, right? You can't just listen to this and go, oh, yeah, that's so cool. Okay. And then move on to the next thing. No, you have to do the exercises in this little short lesson and put it into practice. All right. We love you guys. Don't get all stuck on the I gotta feel so hyped to get stuff done. No, just get stuff done. All right. We love you. Peace.